new here, welcome to this episode of Tea and Talk Time. It's a kind of a sad one. I had to say goodbye to my fuzzy butt, otherwise known as Tramp, a couple months ago. Anyway, I'm trying something new here because I want to share with you a little bit about him, and let's see if I can insert the right things. I've been playing with this to see. There are times that I want to add a picture or something and I don't know how to do it, so I'm trying this. Oh good, that doesn't show up on my other screen. You know, I see files coming up on top of the image, but as long as it's not going out to you, then it's okay. So what am I looking for? I am looking for desktop folder. I've had a lot of animals in my time, and around November of 2013, I lost my Zeus, who was my big buddy, my big sleeping buddy. He was a purebred yellow lab. Well, when he passed, I swore I wasn't going to get another dog for at least a year. To honor him, I was going to wait a whole year. Well, my whole family went, "Yeah, right, Ma." So it didn't take me long before I needed another critter. And we were having a snowstorm. And for Christmas that year, I was given the gift of, you pick a dog, we'll pay for it. Well, I started looking at purebreds, and it was like, no, can't afford them. So I started looking at the local pound. And I wanted a Toto-like dog. I wanted a Cairn type dog. Well, lo and behold, that's exactly what the description of this one dog was, Cairn-like, Toto-like dog. So we were having a snowstorm. This was January 1st, so I wouldn't be able to go get it until the 2nd. So I drugged my oldest son out in after, the snow had stopped. I mean, we had a lot of snow. I drug him out and to the shelter so I could pick up this dog before anybody else got him. And let's see, that first year or second year, I'm not exactly sure when I recorded this. And let's see where it shows up at. If it shows up at. I thought I had it figured out. So this is browse. Oh, okay. Why won't it let me do it? Okay, that's the right file. Do I not have this? Ooh, no. No. Now it won't let me do it. I did it before. There it is. Now, the question is it going to show up on yes. All right. We got to just make it bigger. So I had to.
This was recording or not?
Let's see if I can play this again.
What do you smell?
This was when I first got it.
What do you smell?
We're out in the yard, and I had dug a path for him. I don't know if the sound is going to interfere. Oh, looky, a little live button.
Boy.
How about that?
Good
Look
boy.
at that little boy. That was 5 years ago.
Boy. What a
Took
good
him to
boy.
the vet, and we estimated
coming.
that his
All right.
his age was 4.5 to 5,
Hi, sweetie.
and I
Come on,
thought he was
Tramp.
closer to 4.
Are you done?
So,
Let's go.
6 of one, half dozen of another. Had never had
Let's dig
Cam
out this
before.
yard
I thought it was
several
bad with
times
Zeus,
now,
who was the
so that he
yellow
could make
lab.
it.
He was so smart. He would go in the in my closet, and he would pick
Circle
up
this
shoes.
tree.
I told he knew I would react to and drop it,
Did the
I was
path this
sleeping.
way.
and he would keep dropping it, and then he'd look at me, and then he'd drop another one, look at me, to get my attention
There he goes.
if he wanted to go out or something, and I wasn't moving around.
Path this way.
The older you get, the smarter everybody else is, I
Circled
guess.
around this tree.
Well, Karens are just as
the days
smart,
that he
if
didn't
not
wanna-
more. Well, hi, baby. Do you wonder who I'm talking to?
Do much.
I'll get to you in a minute.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'll get
Huh?
to you in a minute, if you can wait. So, that was
Are
my
you a
baby.
pretty boy?
We
Yes,
had
you
him
are.
for
You ready to
5
go in?
years, And
you wanna go
he ended
inside?
up, coming down with some really bad
Are you
skin
ready?
infections, and he also
We
had
probably
an
should.
acid.
Okay.
So we figure he was
Let's go.
around probably close to 9, between 8 and 9. So June 25th, we had to say goodbye to him 2 months ago. So that's that. So I made a little tribute to him. Let's see how long it takes me to pull this one up, because I'm just so good at this stuff, you know. Browse. Well, before that, we play role-playing games like D&D and stuff at the table. And wait a minute, this is okay. Close this out. Bring this up. Hit okay. And oops, that's like way too big.
15. Normally you need a 10 or above.
Can't even tell what it is.
No, I understand that. Trust me. I know. I know the difficulty.
Let me guess, you failed once and fell off.
No. Tripped over something. Because I was blinded.
I'm so clever at this stuff, don't you
All right.
think?
No, but he was actually
Come on.
shit.
Why aren't you getting smaller?
I don't care.
He's in here.
Alright,
He's under the table.
Okay? Now, clean target or her target?
Clean target.
This is how.
And also analyze my position and see if I need to change. Alright, 9.
I don't know if you caught that, but there's a dog walking down my
Nice.
hallway, and I will explain
18.
what that's all about.
Still running.
Alright, second shot.
A little cameo appearance of her tail.
9.
Jeez, how big is this? There's my Tramp. So he would,
15.
if there wasn't an empty
Alright,
chair for him to
third
sit at.
shot. Now,
If there wasn't an empty chair,
You're gonna expose these.
you know, he got in the habit
That's not
of being underneath the table.
Good, he's supposed to.
And that's what this is. Let me see if I can start it over again.
The gun manufacturer was known for creating suicide weapons. That's it.
Yes. So he usually would sit by my feet.
Need a 10 or above.
because you're looking into the sun. No, I understand that.
And I had just
Trust
come
me.
across this when I was
I know.
trying to find the earlier one where he's running
Let me
around
guess,
in
you
the
failed
snow.
and fell off.
So,
No, tripped over something because I was blinded.
yes, I think I'm live. Oh,
Right.
yeah, one viewer. It's
No,
probably
he was
me.
actually shit.
Um,
I don't care.
so he'd be under the table, and that's what he's doing. And he was bored that day,
Yeah.
and so I started
Clean target or
started
clean
nipping at my feet.
Clean
So I
target.
started rubbing him with my foot.
And also
And,
analyze my position.
He was the first dog we had that really played with toys. Now Zeus, the yellow lab,
9.
well, we got a story to tell about him. He
Nice. 18.
he would play with a couple toys, but not really
Second
until I was during the time I was a big Webkins
shot.
fan
9.
for my grandkids. Well, let's be honest, for myself. And
15.
I had gone to the store.
Third
I came
shot.
home with stuff, and one of the things I had gotten was a crocodile.
You gotta expose
Yeah,
it, you shoot
a crocodile.
That's not natural.
Webkins. He grabbed that thing right out of my hand, and from that moment on, that was his toy.
The gun manufacturer
And,
was known for suicide.
If he went to somebody else's house, that went with him, and he knew.
One of those guns where
that
the
it was
barrel's
okay.
pointed towards you.
And when I would come pick him up, like if I went off in at the time I was
Speaking
doing
of that, you know, I'm gonna.
what a baby.
burn
At
one
the
more
time
for
I
one
was
shot.
doing ghost hunts
But I still have
and
plenty of action.
going places.
You know,
And so,
give me
you know, the
10.
babysitter, I would take him over there, and that went with him. And then when I came and picked him up, I'd tell him, go get Smiley, or go get your crocodile or something. He'd pick it up, and it'd go in the thing, and he knew we were heading home. Unfortunately, he also thought if anything was in that shape and form, it was okay to play with it. I'm outside with him one day, and I'm going, what is that he's doing? It was dark. There wasn't very much moonlight. All I could see was the shadow of something going along the edge of the garage. And next thing you know, he's pouncing on it, picking it up, throwing it up in the air, catching it, and putting it back down again. That's what he would do with his crocodile. And then he did it again, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is he doing and what's he got. He'd pick it up, throw it up in the air, catch it, put it down again. By the third time he did this, I realized what it was. It was a skunk. So I call him, trying not to panic him or the skunk, and he reacted long enough for the skunk to get away from him. Well, he must have tried it a couple more times, because 2 more times, I could smell skunk, and he had gotten close enough to it that you could smell it on him. But the second time, he got it, and he got it right in the face, and he's foaming at the mouth. His eyes are watering like crazy. I felt so sorry for him. It was so sad. So anyway, that's part one, a zoo story. So I go back to Tramp, pick Tramp up. I'm so anxious to get him. I go in the back and put him on the lead myself. Well, he thought I was one of the volunteers, I think. Because as soon as we go through the door that goes out to the front, he's all over the place, and he spots my son, and he's immediately on my son, giving him kisses, running back and forth, back to my son, not paying any attention to me. It took him a couple days once we got him home to figure out that, no, I'm not a volunteer, and yes, you're staying here. Then it was a matter of him getting used to the kitty cat, which he eventually did. Matter of fact, in this next thing I'm going to show, this was the tribute to him that I did once he passed. There it is. Okay, so I can close that out, do this, there we go. See, look at that face. We have kitty cat Boots, and it took a while.
Somebody's got a new
They
toy.
finally, I don't think I actually. That's how we used to play. I'd throw things at him. I would throw his toys down the hall, and he would go get it. or he'd have a toy, and then I would come up, and I would say, "Can I have
James
it? Can
got
I
a new
have it?
toy.
Can I have it?" And run along behind him, and he'd
Can I
run
have
away
the
from
new
me.
toy?
So we played keep away a lot.
Can I have the new
and
toy?
basically, that's what I'm threatening to
No.
do here.
Can I have the new toy?
My middle son Jeff had just
Can I have
come
the new
home from the
toy?
store and brought him a brand new
Can I
toy.
have Give me the new toy. Can
He
I
wasn't
have
about
the
to
toy?
part with it.
No? Okay.
So of all the critters that
Okay.
we've had,
you play with the new toy.
he was the one that
Where'd you go? Where'd you go with the new toy?
played the most. Squeaky toys. You bring home something with a squeaky in it, it wouldn't be in it very long, and the toy wouldn't be around very long. So it was cool when he started liking things like that. So that's my son Joe, and everybody, he was everybody's dog, especially my boys. That's Brendan, that's Buckeye. Look at that. You see him with the kitty cat? That took a while. But then he got cranky later on, and it was like, he would dive bomb the cat. But that was their thing. Sometimes, if I remember correctly, sometimes Boots would come in the room and just wait for him to jump off the bed and come after him. So that was my baby Tramp. He's a Cairn he's a Cairn Terrier, Border Terrier,
Are you
and
singing to him?
Wire Fox Terrier mix.
No, I'm just telling him that he's getting a belly rub, right?
And he wasn't spoiled or anything. That's Buckeye. When he would come spend the night, we would watch Critical Role together,
Excuse me.
and then he would crash on the bed, and Tramp would be right up there with him. And it's like, oh, you aren't petting me anymore. Get back to petting me.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Can't stop that.
He's got you trained well.
He seemed to identify with the guys much more than with the women. See? That's when Noelle came and visited. There's my baby, looking a little ragged. So I know he's appeared in some of the other Tea and Talk Time episodes. So if anybody was wondering, we haven't seen him. What's going on? If you're anything like me, when I'm watching anything and there's a critter involved, I'm keeping an eye on the critter too. Okay, where is he? Why is he doing that? What's going on? See what I mean about the chair? If there was a chair open, he'd be on it. He wasn't a doggy, he was a person. At least in his mind. So, can't remember if there was one more or not. That's 3, right? Yes, I've shown 3. So that's the update on Tramp. He was a rescue. We had him for 5 years. It was really hard saying goodbye to him. And again, I go, ugh, that's it. No more dogs. I can't handle it. And, once Boots the cat has crossed, then, that'll be it. Well, a situation came up where a family member had to rehome their doggie. So, and if they didn't find a good home for it, it would probably have to be put down. And, well, that set me in a tizzy. So, I immediately get a hold of them and go, wait. And so, that was about a week and a half ago. Saturday, it'll be 2 weeks. Sahara, you want to come say hi? Sahara, there you are. Yeah. Let me see if I can get her on cam. There. And she is a beautiful baby. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're a beautiful baby. Mm. She's a Kita, Chow, and Husky mix. And she took to my bed, and it took me a day or two for me to be allowed to sleep in the bed with her. And then she decided, well, no, can't do that. So, she's shedding. 2 months without a dog. Got to get used to the shedding again. But, so then she started, when we first got her, she stayed on this bed all the time. Then she found my bed and went, oh, okay, that's good. And she very rarely was on here. Then she found the front door. And that has become her spot. When I'm still in bed, she's at the front door. And then when I get out of bed, then she's in the bed. So, the bed doesn't feel lonely anymore. There's always somebody there. So, it's a new routine to get accustomed to, and, getting used to a new personality is always fun. So, that's really all that I wanted to touch base with, is let you know, Tramp's not here anymore, and there's a new baby in town, and she's a big baby. She's a gorgeous dog, and such a sweetheart. But she has a lot of idiosyncrasies, and I'm getting used to what those might be and working around them. To me, a house isn't a home without a dog in it. And it's purely selfish reasons. They are my sanity. When the world's treating me bad, I've got an animal to pet. A lot of times they can tell when you're not having a good day, and they're right there, wanting snuggles and showing unconditional love and support. But it can be heartbreaking. They're just like people. They're just like children to me. But like I said, I think I get more out of it than they do. As some of my more recent videos have talked about, mental health issues and stuff. There's been a part of me, I guess, that just siphons off their energy when I don't have any. And now I'm trying to work on consciously getting better and releasing all that crap, so I'm not as dependent on them for that. But, puppy paws and puppy breath. I absolutely love it. Just like the smell of a newborn baby. They smell so good when they're itty bitty little, and then they grow up and they get in the mud and they do other things. So anyway, I wanted to share with you about Tramp, and let you know there's somebody else here, and just wondered, if you have, if you've gone through this. If you haven't gone through this, God bless you. If you are going through this, God bless you. I understand all aspects of it, having one, not having one, and all of the benefits they bring you. And you got to be on your toes more, and she's keeping me on my toes more. Fortunately for me, my middle son lives here now, and so when he gets home from work, then I can relax. If I've had a bad night, I can go ahead and take a nap. I don't have to worry about it. Sahara is both our dogs, because I checked with him first, because I had told him before that I wasn't going to have another one, and that if he wanted one, then by all means. And then this happened. So to me, that was my Tramp saying, oh, no, you don't. There's my baby. Yeah. So before Sahara came, I would touch this in the morning, say good morning, touch this at night, say good night. And then I started thinking, and it was like, am I holding her back from continuing on whatever her journey is? I don't know. Now, I have talked to one medium, or spiritualist, or psychic, or whatever you want to call them. She works with angels, and she was talking about my mom, and she saw a cat in her lap. So their essence does carry on. How in depth that is, I don't know. Is there really a rainbow bridge? I don't know. Where they all wait until, you cross over and then you continue on all together. I don't know the specifics. There's a lot of things spiritually that I don't know. But I do know. Okay, I have to take part of that back. I do know. Because I know that Glory and Noel used to follow, after they passed, they followed my middle son around. And then Noel stayed with my granddaughter when she was a baby, keeping an eye on her. I have had them come to me in my dreams, and sometimes I know that's them visiting. Sometimes it's a worry, aggravation dream, a processing dream. Sometimes the stuff you dream is you going over stuff that happened during the day. I have garbage dreams where it's just, all kinds of crap from the day, and images and thoughts and whatever. But I have message dreams, and they'll come visit me then. I was almost to the verge where I could have sworn I was seeing Tramp at various places in the house, but whether that's just part of you're so used to that furry thing, being here, that you still feel him there. So, was it that, or was he really there? There's a lot of things that, I still work out in my feeble fibro brain. So now I have a new, what I'm getting to is, I know that Zeus sent Tramp to me. And I know Tramp was part of her coming to me. So we have fun. We are learning how to play with each other. A new adventure has begun. I have posted lots of pictures of her. Mostly to not only to share that I have a new critter, but also to let those who entrusted me with her know how she's doing and how things are going, and that she's okay. So anyway, if you have any questions, any thoughts, any things, hey Nana, missed you. AP3D, okay. The logo on my hat is Defenders of Wildlife. I'm very much into wolves and wildlife. I didn't used to wear hats, but Buckeye kind of sort of got me in the routine of it. You did? You used to work for Defenders of Wildlife. That's awesome. And thanks for missing me. I'm trying to develop a habit of being on more often, but a Buckeye is hilarious. I agree with you. But it's all a matter of, where am I with my fatigue? Is it raining out? Is that going on? Did I sleep last night? Okay, Buckeye is hilarious, a real joker. Yes, he is. He's cool. Just came off of like 2 days of it being rainy, so of course, I'm sleeping more and not up and functioning. So when the last time Buckeye was on with me, he had a hat and glasses on, and it gave me an impulse. Well, hi. Abhor. Welcome. Where was I going? Oh, with the hat. So it was like, well, you know what? I did it for a lark because he had his hat and glasses on, so I put a hat and glasses on, and so initially we started it that way, but then we had technical difficulties, and so when we came back, I was the only one with hat and glasses. No, I had my hat still on, but he had taken his glasses off, and I put mine on for a minute and put them back down. Sunglasses. Oh. Mayor, hi. Well, thank you. So I decided, well, you know what? Because I would have to wait until, everything was just right before I would do this, I went, a hat covers up a lot of problems. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start wearing a hat. Which door? Which door are you wondering have I fixed? And do I know you really, AP? Have I fixed the door? Anyway, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I sometimes I enjoy the rain. It was raining the other night, and I was sitting outside while Sahara went and did her stuff. And it reminds me of as a kid where you spent more time outside and you didn't have air conditioning, so the windows would be open and you would and the windows would be open, and there'd be the smell of the rain and the grass, the wet grass and everything, and a slight breeze, or if it's a thunderstorm, it'd be a big breeze. Terry, I'm not connecting the dots. I'm drawing a blank. Oh well. So have any of you guys had to say goodbye to a pet? I have had in my, I don't want to go on through the list because I would forget, at least 12. Yeah, we've had at least 12 dogs. We've also had rabbits and one bird. And then my kids, when they lived in a different place, they had hamsters, I think. But they didn't last very long. That's probably a subject for another time. Once upon a time, I didn't really think about it either way, but the older I've gotten, the more there has to be a different way to deal with it, unless it's a medical problem for either the mother or the baby. So that's where I'm at right now. So anyway, I was just getting ready to sign off. What I can do You want me to preach? Yeah, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I will stop streaming to finish this, but stay there, and I'll start right up again, okay? So, for those of you watching Tea and Talk Time, I'll say goodbye for now. And until the next time we get together, you take care, and God bless. And hug your doggies for me. I love dogs.